Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Dalton at Dalton95, coming with another Transformers Age of the Primes video. Today we're taking a look at the next Aerialbot, and that is Slingshot. So again, you got the gold logo there, that, Aerialbot Slingshot, same image of Superion there, 2 out of 5. And you got the next portion of the mural, so I'm guessing either Solus or Wasp have the portion that goes here, and then, of course, the other has that there. So there is that. Of course, 17 steps, collect to combine. So yeah, let's go ahead and get those up opened and check them out. And here we have Slingshot out of his packaging, and he looks really good. Now I will say right off the bat, where Air Raid succeeds, he has some failures, and then vice versa. So I will point those out as we go through this, but so far, just looking at the base figure here, he does look the part as far as, looking pretty good as an aerial. But he does have this kind of dirge thing going on with the legs. Now, I believe that is correct according to the cartoon. But for comparison, real fast, we'll bring in Combiner Wars 1, and they're pretty close in height. The Combiner War 1 is just a tad bit taller. I do like the orange visor. I mean, it looks good on the Combiner Wars with the blue, but yeah, definitely like the more cartoon accurate look with the Age of the Primes version. And, of course, bringing in another ARM character. He is G2 Shadow Strip, or G2 Drag Strip, if you want to just call him Drag Strip. They do serve, or have basically the same function, where there is a little tab right here that'll get pressed by the arm, or the upper arm piece of Superion, that will split the legs apart. They do they do fit together, but the connection isn't perfect. So if you want, you could give we'll just go ahead and show you here. Just using an X-Acto knife to pop that release. Do it on this side, just right there. You can pop them apart. Now, it is backwards, so you're going to have to put it on backwards and around. It fits just fine with Slingshot, but getting it onto Drag Strip doesn't quite sit flush. It just comes apart super easy due to the release being here, as opposed to, on this one where it's on the back. So again, there is that if you want to do it. It's, not meant to in the long run of design, but it's there. Now, he does have these 4 slots. It is for the connection, but I would absolutely love it if either DNA Design or Non-F Productions made a Rolls-Royce grill piece that could just click into place. I mean, not really click, just tab in, much like how it would for the chest. But that being said, I guess we'll talk about paint. Like I said, he does have 2 different shades of orange. He's got a darker shade for the face and kind of a brighter shade for the visor. Kind of gives him shades. He's got some black chest here on the center torso going down. All red plastic there. Of course, all white plastic for the forearms and black for the fists. Black plastic for the upper thighs. I wonder if it's that kind of like palm or nylon plastic, like the feet, and the white for the elbows. We do just get solid white on the lower legs, except for what will be the jet mode wings, which we'll get into. But as far as weapons go, he does come with a show accurate blaster. Not only 1, but he does come with 2. So you do have that. And for use options, you have 5mm ports here on the forearms, but first show how he looks just using them handheld. Personally, I actually do kind of like them better mounted on the forearms, but, if you want, you can have them a little bit asymmetrical. But personally, like I said, I do like it on the forearms a little bit better. just kind of calls back to that Commando Wars design where he had the blasters coming out of his wrists. Now, as far as articulation goes, he does have a ball-jointed head. He gets some pretty good range for how boxy his head is. Now, he does have the trigger-happy hot rod shoulders, but they're not as bad here as they are on other figures because he doesn't have, you know, things coming off like this far off the shoulders. You do have that. Do get 360. Do have a bicep swivel, double-jointed elbows, no wrist swivel, unfortunately. Do get a waist swivel, all the way forward, all the way back, all the way out. Yeah, hips have a, I guess, universal, is what I meant to say. I don't know. But hinge forward, hinge back, hinge out, thigh swivel. Little less than 90 at the knee if you have it straight, but there you go, 90 degrees. Ankle tilt, and there you go. So go ahead and bring in his fellow Aerialbot. There is Air Raid. Let's see how they stack up. Again, not a lot of kibble. I mean, he handles it a lot better than Air Raid does, I think. It just the hollowness of the wings here and the really long feet front and back is just what's weird. Of course, the thinness of the arms, no wrist swivel. I mean, Air Raid didn't have it either, but his arms just looked fuller. So, like I said, he's got some things that Air Raid doesn't, and then vice versa. So, let's go ahead and get into transformation. We'll start by removing the blasters, which, if I can find a blast effect, I think they are. Yeah, blast effect compatible, but you can really only fit one at a time on the blasters. So go ahead and remove those. Go ahead and start by bringing this back. Rotate his head. Fold out what's going to be the front landing gear. Rotate the biceps around while bending the elbows. Bring up the forearm. Just like that. And this will double joint up. And that will go into the forearm just like that. Go ahead and tab the legs together, just like that. Open these front sections, and much like Combiner Wars, it will, I guess, accordion down. That double hinge. Bring the feet back. Same with the heels. Close up the legs. Bring down the cockpit and plug that all in with those tabs, and bring the tail fin up. And there we have Slingshot in his Sea Harrier jet mode. Now, of course, this is, again, more accurate to the cartoon. It's not super toy accurate or even accurate to the real thing because, of course, they are licensed jets. I honestly didn't know that there had to be license agreements for using jets, but it's kind of just a cartoony looking version of the Harrier. You do get what looks like the real life intakes here. And surprisingly, he doesn't have a lot of robot hanging out. Like, he is very clean for an Aerialbot. But he does have these nice black stripes going down to reference the G1 toy, and I guess even the G1 cartoon model. For the G1 toy, these were the tracks that the nose cone and tail fin would slide along to plug in together to form the backpack. So, very nicely done there. Do have some nice striping here on the wings with the Autobot symbols, this little half ring or half circle here on the tail fin. Kind of a boxy cockpit, but it's fine. Nose cone, glossy black plastic. Do have landing gear molded in here at the front and here at the rear. Overall, very nice looking jet. And can't remember the name of the episode, but it is from the same one where he's got the Rolls-Royce grill. With the separating feature, you can kind of replicate that part of the episode where he was taken apart. So there is that. So here he is with the Combiner Wars release, which, I mean, still looked like a Harrier, but it also looked like a cross between a Harrier and an F4 Phantom. Just because that's how Command Wars was, with creating these amalgam jets. They were just kind of generic and only vaguely looked like what they were supposed to. Whereas this, you can tell, is supposed to be a Harrier, even though it has proper landing gear, even though the Harrier has one here, one in the center, and then two that come out of the wings, along with the nozzles on the side to give it that VTOL appearance. I mean, you kind of get something similar to it here, but overall, yeah, I mean, there he is. And then, of course, here he is with Air Raid. And like I said, he pulls off jet mode a lot better than Air Raid does. Just a lot of junk hanging down there. If they got rid of like, this whole section here, I don't think it would be as bad. But, yeah, the shins and feet really do drag down Air Raid's jet mode quite a bit. Like I said, other than that, I mean, he would have been fine. So, let's go ahead and get him out of there and get back to Slingshot. So go ahead and get back into robot mode. Remove blasters. Undo cockpit here. Hold these wings back. Bring down this. Straighten up the legs. Fold the fin down here. Bring those all the way up. Tab in. Bring the heels back, feet up. Split the legs. Bring the landing gear up. And from here, untap the arms and bring them down. Straighten them out. Straighten the arm, bring it down. Fold it down, straighten it out. Rotate the head and flip up the nose cone. And there we have Slingshot back in robot mode. Come on, there we go. The hands are a little tight on him, which is weird. But yeah, there is Slingshot. So let's go ahead and get into some final thoughts. So for a character that's kind of a, well, major jerk in most of his appearance in the cartoon, I really do like how Slingshot turned out for the most part. I mean, of course, he does have some weaknesses, mostly in robot mode, but jet mode's great. Transformation's a lot of fun. Again, very clean jet mode. And, I mean, of course, Kittle is pretty standard here in robot mode. It's just the length from foot, or the tip of the foot to the heel is really weird, but I guess the stability helps. Do have some hollowness here that does not do him any real favors, but at the end of the day, I think he's perfectly serviceable and definitely a better update to Combiner Wars than, well, better update to the character than Combiner Wars was. I don't get why people are so hell-bent on praising Combiner Wars as the best thing ever for combiners just because, you've got the Scramble City option. I mean, yes, it's great, but it was never really done in the cartoon. And that's what a lot of legacy stuff or Age of the Primes is going for nowadays, is more or less accurate to the cartoon. There are, of course, some nods to the toys, but yeah, lately they're going more towards the cartoon angle. And I'm sure at some point we'll get more toy-accurate designs that are better than Combiner Wars. Like, handling these now compared to this, the plastic feels cheap and just not really great. Like, messing with this guy to do this video, yeah, the plastic does not feel good. It feels like it could just crumble apart at any moment. Whereas this, it's a better, more dense plastic. Definitely has a little bit more give in some areas where it should. Not quite rubbery, but definitely not brittle, and definitely does not feel cheap. So, very happy about that. So, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think of Slingshot, if you've gotten them yet or not getting them. I don't know. Just let me know. Be sure to let me know, or I guess let me know down in the comments, but also check out my links down in the description as well. Facebook, X, Instagram. So Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys all in the next video. Keep an eye out for more Age of the Prime stuff that is down the playlist as well. See you guys all next time. So long. Take care.